Hey guys, my name is Satyam Singh and I'm a final year mechanical engineering student at VIT Vellore. So let me tell you why I'm making this video series. So lately I've been through a lot of content related to VIT and I find most of them being based out of one or two bad personal experiences or they are a third person narrative totally. So I find those reviews to be kind of inaccurate because people who haven't studied in our college can't give you a true review of what it is to study and spend 4 years in VIT. So yeah, through this video, I'm not just gonna share my personal review of the college, but instead I'm gonna focus more towards how could you maximize the 4 years you spend in VIT. And it's not just gonna be my personal advice, but I've tried to incorporate my friends' advices as well. And yeah, so it's not just gonna be one guy's advice, but a collective advice from a group of seniors who've explored VIT in a totally different domain. So I believe it's gonna be really helpful for people who have just joined VIT or who plan on joining VIT or they're either in their first or their second year. So I hope you enjoy the content, and if you do like the content, don't forget to subscribe as there's more video in line. Okay guys, so the number one piece of advice I have for you guys is to explore the non-academic side of things as well at VIT, because VIT has a lot of student clubs, chapters and technical teams to offer, and these clubs and chapters actually play a very impactful role in developing yourself. And I guess these clubs and chapters help you craft into a human being and craft a personality for yourself, which is something which you'll even carry after passing out from VIT for a long time. So I believe clubs and chapters are really important. And please don't get misunderstood. And clubs and chapters are not gonna give you a position in a company, and they are in no way gonna guarantee you a seat in placements or get you into very big companies or super dream is what VIT calls it. So do the clubs and chapters instead for the experiences. You'll make amazing friends. You'll have experiences that'll actually change you. You'll be giving and contributing in a very active student community, one of the most active student communities in India. So that is a huge plus. And one more thing you will have an advantage at VIT is that the admission procedure at VIT gives a chance for a very diverse student community to get represented. And because of that, you'll find the brightest of minds, you'll find very meritorious students, plus you'll find very creative minds, people who have a different perspective towards life, who focus on the creative aspects. You'll find amazing singers, dancers, you'll find amazing debaters, or you'll find some very strong, academically strong people who can really help you in your studies. So that is something which should be taken advantage of. Make a friend circle that is very diverse. I personally have a friend circle from almost every state in India, almost all the major states in India. So that is a huge plus. When we interact in our rooms, in our classes, I learn different aspects about their culture, and it makes me more receptive towards different culture. In case it's your aim to go for higher studies for an MS or an MBA, this factor is going to be really helpful. And yeah, so as I told you, clubs and chapters won't actually directly help you in placements, but the speaking skills you develop and that's the interpersonal and the people skill you develop during those 2 or 3 years you participate in clubs, and the technical skills you develop, those are going to be helpful during placements, and those will help you get the hard as well as the soft skills, which will help you succeed in different scenarios in the job, or if you want to pursue master's degree or a MBA degree. So yeah, this is my take on the extracurriculars at VIT. If I have any more points, I'll add it in the further videos. Now let's move on to the second point. Moving on to the second piece of advice, let's move on towards the academic side of things. So my best piece of advice would be to balance the extracurriculars and the academics equally, because I personally did this mistake. During my second and third semester, I got involved into a Formula student team, and I tend to spend a lot of time over there, couldn't focus on my academics, and due to which I messed up my academics, and it did hurt me in the long run. So I would suggest try to always have that balance between your academics and the extracurriculars. Try to maximize your GPA. Being a 9 pointer is great. It'll help you remove the attendance criteria for you. But again, I myself am a 9 pointer, but I always tend to attend classes. Don't miss classes just for the sake of it. If you have a serious emergency or a certain situation which needs to be dealt with, then miss classes, because I believe you're in the college to learn and to network and make bonds and connections which will help you the whole life. So if you're eventually missing classes and sleeping in your hostels, I don't see that anyway helping you to create connections and networks. And due to the FFCS system which VIT has to offer, so I'll tell you what FFCS is in short. FFCS stands for Fully Flexible Credit System, and it is basically a system wherein you decide your own subject, your own classes, and your own time. So I can make a whole separate video on that. So let's not head inside that. So yeah, moving on. I would say even though like because of the FFCS, you get a chance to have a very diverse student class, since every semester you get a new teacher and a new set of peers, so you get a lot of chances to interact with a new class and gain have friendships with very very different people. So that is something you should definitely explore. And eventually I would say that try to maintain as high of a GPA as possible, because a high GPA will never hurt you, but a low GPA, especially at VIT, at some times during the placements, I saw it did cut opportunities for my friends who kind of had a little low GPA. So yeah, try to maximize your GPA. It'll help you for your MS or whatever you plan to do after your BTech or whatever degree you're coming for in VIT. So I hope this helps. Okay, so let's talk about the third aspect of VIT, the research opportunities available at VIT. So let me tell you, you'll get a lot of opportunities to do research at VIT, because I've seen that VIT is very supportive towards its students, its teachers, and even the research scholars who want to do research and write research papers. And I guess that is one of the reasons why VIT produces one of the most research papers in India, and it also creates some impactful research papers as well. So it's not just the quantity but also the quality. So yeah, personally I would say it is not a very difficult task to approach a teacher for a research paper. I personally worked under a teacher. She has a lot of experience. She had a lot of experience in biomaterials, and it was she was very experienced, and even in VIT she was a very very senior professor. So yeah, approaching her wasn't very difficult. What I do is, if you're interested in someone's research profile, just try to find a class under them in FFCS, interact with the teacher in the class, and then maybe meet up with the teacher in the after class sessions, and maybe just tell them that you have a genuine interest in the subject and you would love to work under them and learn more about the subject, and maybe you want to pursue it in the future. So yeah, they'll be really keen to help you out. They'll assign you some nice project or certain paper or certain thing they're working on, and yeah, you can work with them, and that'll be really helpful for you to explore the subject in much more detail. And I would say even the sponsorship for certain articles you need to purchase for the experiments wouldn't be a huge problem, unless you have potential in the work you're doing. The management at VIT is also keen to help you out, and even the teachers would help you out. So I guess that also wouldn't be a problem. So yeah, that is what my take is on the research part of VIT. So let's move on to the fourth point. Okay, so in the last three sections, I've covered the different opportunities you'll get in VIT. So now let me tell you how you will get those opportunities. So most of these opportunities will come via the email, and yeah, please turn on the notifications for your VIT email. Most of those opportunities that you get are very short. Fill the form in 12 hours or 24 hours or maybe in 2 or 3 days. You tend to miss it because we are not in the habit of checking our mails during our 11th or 12th standards. So yeah, it does get different. Although due to COVID, I guess you must have gotten used to the system already. So anyways, that is something which is really important. Other suggestion I would give is to also look for opportunities outside of VIT, as there are many other activities you can engage outside of VIT as well, and you should definitely explore those. And one more piece of advice is, I would definitely say that VIT has a good strength of students in their campuses. In my own batch, the 2017 batch of mechanical students, we had around a total of around 800 or 900 seats. So you need to have some differentiating factors. Get the skills which you think are important for a job. Search, you have the internet now. There is so much of information available. Use that in a positive way, and it will definitely help you. You literally have free Wi-Fi. You have amazing, you have clubs who work in so many different domains. You can open your own startups. You can do so many things. So just take advantage of the free opportunities you get. Maybe you won't get these opportunities later in life, and yeah, you won't have so much of time to invest and learn new things. So utilize those 4 years to the maximum. Trust me, it is going to be an amazing experience, and overall it's going to change your personality and you as a human. It'll make you more confident, and yeah, you'll have a different taste of life when you pass out after those 4 years. And I hope you have an amazing ride. So after this, I'm going to share a bonus tip. Thank you for watching till now. First of all, thank you for continuing till the end. So I have two bonus tips for you. So the first bonus tip is I would recommend each and every one of you to take part in hackathons. Let me tell you what hackathons are basically. So hackathons are mostly directed towards the people who are interested in technology, programming, and sensors and all those things. So these are basically projects which are kind of related to programming or softwares or like related to sensors and things. So, but I would recommend each and every one of you to take part. Just don't consider like you, even if you're a mechanical engineer, no one will stop you from taking part. So let me tell you how the competition is structured and how it will help you. So these are basically 36-hour competitions wherein you participate as a team. You have to design a product from scratch, and then at the end of those 36 hours you have to pitch your product to the judges, and the one with the best pitch and the best product wins the hackathon. So yeah, these 36 hours tend to be really intensive, but you get that feels of working in a team in that intensive situation. That really prepares you, and you learn a lot in that situation. Like I myself was a designer, a user interface designer. Yeah, so I learned a lot, though it was not related to my field, and it was totally different of what I was studying, but I enjoyed it a lot and I learned a lot. And I also ended up going for a competition to Harvard and Yale related to hackathons. So I would definitely recommend you guys to explore it. You learn a lot. And yeah, the best part about hackathons is those 36 intensive hours would be the best learning. Like they'll have steep learning curves. You learn a lot in those hours, and plus like you get a lot of free goodies as well. So enjoy those sessions. They can be unhealthy, I guess, because you generally people tend to be like awake for the whole 36 hours for the people like who are very into the competitions. But yeah, most of the people just go to hostel and grab a few hours of sleep, so that wouldn't be a problem. Okay, so moving on to the second piece of advice. So in case you want to be ahead of the crowd at VIT, you can use Skillshare. So let me tell you what Skillshare is. So you can learn skills like web development, content writing, content creation, video and photo editing, and all these skills are really helpful for club and like student organization recruitments. And these skills will come really handy for you to get a position in those clubs. So it's better if you start learning now. And I have a link for Skillshare. If you use that link, you'll get 14 days of free trial. You'll just have to enter your card details and your login. And yeah, don't forget to deactivate once you're done learning before 14 days. Otherwise, they'll charge you money. So yeah, that is about Skillshare and my advice on hackathon. I hope you enjoyed the video. I have planned it to be a video series. I have planned more videos in which I'm gonna get people different, like students from different like branches and people who have explored VIT in a different perspective from my own perspective. So my motive is to put in genuine content for the people who are coming to VIT so that they can maximize their learnings in those 4 years. So I hope you like the video, and if you do like this type of content and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.